you to the garage, home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mech Rashawn. As always, before we get it cracking, you know what it is. Hit the hype, hit the like, hit the subs. That's the fastest way to show your boy love. In the meantime, between time, get on in here, get your coveralls, get your tool belt, let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. Bruh, I am just having a day on some hip hop business. Like on some hip hop shit, I'm having a day. I'm having a day. Been in talks all day about outside of the business stuff, but like, bruh, the talk that 38 Spesh is gonna do something at Summer Jam, and that's why he's not wigging on wax yet. Number one. Number two, Mahogany Caskets. 50 Cent featuring T.I. I understand how we feel about him. I get it. But the man can rap. T.I. can rap. And they proved that on this record. Turn around, Rakim drops a brand new video. The God Rakim. And I have issues with said video. But the God dropped the video. And the bars are exactly what they need to be. Even if I'm not too cool with the visuals, the bars are 100% what they need to be on this new Rakim record. Just filthy, filthy, filthy. It's like that. I am having a hip hop day. How are y'all doing? Cause I'm having a hell of a day on some hip hop business. First of all, the Rick Ross album completely, I didn't get put onto that till today. I didn't know that he dropped an album. And that Mahogany Caskets record with T.I., hard body karate. The 50 Cent disses on there. Me, I'm telling Ross to dead that whole second half. Like after T.I. stops rapping, they should stop the record. That's on my A&R business. I would tell him to chill out because it was nowhere near as precise as everything else was, and it made it unnecessary. It made it superfluous. Completely didn't have to do that. That Rakim joint, bars, flow, cadence, vocals, chef's kiss to the whole joint. Visuals, them visuals had to go. Them visuals had to go. Rakim's the video just ain't, the video was not worthy of the lyrics. And I'm wondering whose fault that was. I don't know whose fault that was, but somebody needs to take responsibility for the fact that somebody needs to take responsibility for the fact that those visuals are so lackluster in that Rakim video. Like you can't watch the Rakim video and then turn around and watch Mahogany Caskets by Rick Ross featuring T.I. and it feels like a lot of resistance on that Rakim joint. Feels like somebody was just, you know, trying to make a point that they didn't need to do that. And they didn't need to focus so much on the video or spend as much on the video. Like it felt really lackluster. It really hurt my feelings. But the music though, the bars, rise, flow, Kate deliver. Salute to the chat. What up, Big Sugar? Shout out Charlie Funk. Nino Breeze made the Rick Ross album. I did see that. Super fire. Salute to him. I love the come up. I love the come up. I need to get him in the chair. We need to sit down with him and have a conversation. That would be cool. I think I'm gonna work on that. for this week, as a matter of fact. Charlie Funk, Pete Wiz, what up? Dwayne Malden, what up? Executive Coaching, what up? Salute to everybody. Automatic just got damn, I'm my bad. I didn't even put this in I didn't even pin the Cash App. I guess I got to do that from here on out. I'm almost at the goal though. I'm almost at the goal though. Let me just do this real quick. Almost there. Weirdo talk already. Oh, I guess. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's Friday. They ain't got no job. They ain't got shit else to do. Like, I'm done working. I hang it up at 5 o'clock so I can stop the clock and come on in here and handle my scandal. Most times I'm done at 5 o'clock. Today was not one of them days. The meetings ran today. Like, going out to get some fresh air just to get off the phone and still end up on the phone type meetings today. All greatness, all super dope. No problem for anything. Not complaining. These are great problems to have. All the meetings were pure progress, so I'm not tripping. However, today these calls were doing their numbers. Pun intended. Just, salute. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for pulling up like you do at this time. Ah, that's what's up. You didn't see it. Some dude talking about how he asked this girl if you or him was better looking. Bro, we talking hip hop in here. Why would? How is that a thing? How is that a thing? And here's the worst part of it. Okay, first of all, Sugar, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Here's the other part. If you have to ask your girl who looks better between me and you, and that's your girl, and you felt compelled to ask her that? Really? You don't see how that's a problem? I could be old enough to be your father. You don't see how that's a problem? Old T-shirt, haven't worked out in a couple of days. You don't see how that's an issue? I can't believe I'm spending this much time on this. Hating, trolling, low IQ activity. And every time I say that, somebody jumps out the woodwork to prove the point. I can't make this up. Wolf shouldn't have to remind you to pay your cash out. I'm not, dude. I'm not. I'm new here, bro. I'm new. I'm new. I'm not used to it. I'm new. You gotta shoot me some grace, King, please. You right. You right. But please shoot me some grace. It's old T-shirt day. It's old T-shirt day. It's Friday. I'm kind of fried at the end of the week. Like, I need, shoot me some grace, King, please. Just let me rock. Just please. I understand, but you're right though. You're right. I'm in this to be serious. I'm really close to the goal. I gotta find my pad to tell you exactly what the numbers are, but I gotta find my pad to tell you exactly what the numbers are. But I'm probably like 400 off or something like that, something stupid. I'll go look. But like, y'all have been showing up and showing out. Y'all really, or you're just telling me that I got a bum ass channel and you really want me to step it up and revamp everything. Either way, you're telling the truth. So I get it. I completely get it. I understand. And I intend to fulfill my end of the bargain. Thank you, Just. It's the water. It's the water. Really asked his girl who was better looking between me and him. You asked your woman if you're still watching. Who if you're still watching and you're not a bot, get help. Get help. That's awful. Shout out to Just with a $50 super chat. I really gotta find my book and figure out how close I am to this goal because the way just shows up, just bullying the way she does. I think she did this early, just in case Say What Again Mother shows up, just in case. It's like middle finger to him early. Like the just middle finger version of the middle finger, which is wrapped in dollars and covered in diamonds. Like her middle finger ain't even regular. I you know, I don't just I'm joking. Damn, what I walk into survival universe, yo, bro. Um, it's nuts in here. Oh, another super chat. Thank you so much. Another excuse me, another cash app. They pop up on the phone. Try to read it fast enough. She got the iced out Rick Ross finger. Yes, she does. Speaking of which, Rick Ross makes it really hard to stay angry with him. You know what I mean? Like really, really hard. That Molly line that he spit, may he never live that down, right? May he never live that down. May we always remember that he said something so foul and something so heinous. May he never live that down. I don't wish bad on anybody, but I also don't want to ever forget that he said that either trying to be slick or dead ass reminiscing, but he did some harm with that line, and I hope we never forget that he said that. However, musically, Rick Ross makes it difficult to stay mad at him. Rick Ross is that chick with the ill body and the fire head who took your debit card and brought shoes with it and you know just violated completely, but then put them on for you wearing nothing else, and you find out she also brought food. It's wild. It's hard to stay mad at Rick Ross, bro, because he musically, the man don't miss. It's rough. It's rough. First of all, it's hard to avoid press and play when it comes to Rick Ross. And I understand I got to get out of my feelings. Cultural advocate here. I got to listen to whatever comes across the paint. That's part of the job. I got to start just press and play with things that I'm not even vibing with. And I shoot Ross no bail whatsoever on that line. No bail whatsoever. And, no but, and it's really hard to ignore Rick Ross's music when he makes so many of the points that I want made in this culture. Hang up the drug rap. Like I'm not even about to have that debate. The streets have been talking via hip hop since hip hop's inception. I'm not about to sit here and start arguing about what he's promoting and how he's promoting. We all grown adults. Make a decision. Second of all, you have to understand that I'm not anti drug dealer. A lot of y'all gonna get mad at me with this one, and I gotta keep it a buck with you. Drugs have always been one of those things that have been kind of optional. Using is kind of optional. In 2026, we all know what the drugs do to you. If you have opted to get started taking drugs in 2026, I'm not really blaming the dealer. He asked you if you wanted some, you said yes, here we are. Like, And you're talking to a grown man at a big age who has never tried to drink, never tried to smoke, and never had anything stronger than aspirin. I'm lying. I am lying. I had one of these how the fuck would I know, bro? So Solo and Ray. How the fuck? That's a dumb question. One of these, I had when I got injured, I got prescribed something for the pain, but I don't remember. I want to say a Percocet, but I'm not sure that's what it was. And they put me on steroids for a second in a Percocet, but that's about it. I'm off on a tangent. Now they have time to go find out. Sugar, you the best. Did his album release it live on the 19th? I didn't know that. Assault bars are insane. If you ain't Brother Lynch hung, I ain't trying to hit. Sin Survival. I mean, it's just it was super trash. It was like that line was trash. May Rick Ross never lived that. I hope we always remember. I hope he's apologizing for that line for the rest of his career. Like dead ass. That line was super crazy. Like I don't know how you justify that one. Yesterday we spoke about standards. I guess my question is, how did they slip so far? Um, you're gonna like this answer. My answer is they haven't. Hip hop heads have always maintained the exact same level of standard. Standards haven't slipped amongst hip hop heads. Amongst the rap audience, yes, I did B74. I saw the sprinkle. I wasn't sure that was you or not, but I only know you as, Big Sugar. Yes, I did. Hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Yes, the Cash App works. Thank you, Big Sugar, for testing it out and letting everybody know. Wait. Somebody is congratulating just, and I don't want to miss that. When I lived in Georgia, Rick Ross lived up the street from me. You know what? That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me. The way you show off and show out in here, it don't surprise me that you live down the street from Rick Ross. Who's shocked? Right. Show of hands. Who's shocked that just, aka Just McDuck, lived down the block from Rick Ross? That this woman specifically lived down the block from that guy specifically. Who's shocked? Show me some hands. Don't worry, I'll wait. Show me hands. Who? Nobody. That's who's shocked that you live down the block from Rick Ross. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. The way you do things, the way you do things, I mean, Jesus Christ. Who was head of the HOA? Hove? Like, I'm not shocked. Just lived down the block from Rick Ross. Huge shock. Come on, man. 38 Spesh is going to do something at Summer Jam that's going to answer all his critics. That's a fact. I got nothing to substantiate that but my gut. It really doesn't feel like a stretch though. The only thing that makes sense to me, the only reason why 38 has not responded back yet is because he was waiting on Summer Jam, which is today, which officially starts in 39 minutes. He's gonna do something at Summer Jam. He's waiting for the big screen to do something. He's gonna shoot his shot at Summer Jam. He's got something to say at Summer Jam. Dead ass. That's the only reason I can tell you that he didn't respond back fast, like with bars. He was waiting for the moment. It's come. I heard something new from Kiss Believer. Okay, 38 is waiting for the big moment, the big stage. I believe that's happening today. If it doesn't, if it doesn't, definitely that's a point. That's a point off for Spesh. I think Spesh knows he's on the clock to respond to that aroma line in some way, musically. I think it has to be done musically. It 100% has to be done musically, and it's gonna happen today. Trying to a Hove moment. Trying to have a Hove moment. Yes, yes. Dwayne Molden. Yes, yes. 100%. 100%. And it's the smart thing to do. It's just like, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Just let it spill. Don't say nothing. Let everybody think that you taking the L and strike back at the biggest stage where you can't be ignored. Now, my only question is, what will be the reception to what he does to a pair of New York's most beloved characters if it's Fat Joe and Jadakiss that he takes aim at? How will that look? How will the fan base at Hot 90s at Summer Jam, which is not known for bars? Summer Jam is not known as a place where you're gonna hear technicians doing their job. That's this ain't the right place. This is the same audience that was super quiet when Red and Meth got on stage. This ain't the place for that. I want to know how the okay Renaissance. It's already confirmed that Spesh is dropping his response track tonight called "Fool's Mate." You're not going to be able to hear it super well at something like Summer Jam. You won't be able to focus on the bars. There's no stop and rewind. However, I can already see the blogs going crazy the very next day. All the responses are going to be there the very next day. Yeah, this is going to be special. This is going to be something else. This is going to be something else. Good move though, Spesh. Good move though, Spesh. If he doesn't do it, then I'm gonna need an explanation. I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna understand what the fuck 38 is doing if he doesn't take this moment to respond. Now, can you imagine if Joe and Jada have the juice to pull up the Summer Jam, hit the stage on somebody else's set, and do something preemptive, or have a track ready to go right after? I love the chess. Sugar, yes, I saw the verses and game got washed, and I gotta tell you, well, the consensus is that he got washed. I gotta tell you, I wasn't sure he was going to win necessarily, but like the way they talk about it, it was lopsided. Like he might have got like two or three records off it. You drinking Patron out the bottle like that, like YG is solid. YG is solid, but Game got like chart toppers. Is Stove God gonna bring out Joe and Jadakiss tonight? Great question. Fats Baltimore. The focus tonight is multifaceted. The focus tonight, we back and forth between 38 going on Summer Jam tonight and how he may respond back. Apparently, it's listed that he's going to respond back on a track called "Fool's Mate." Shout out to Renaissance, Renaissance Man 9486, letting us know that the track is going to be. It's called Renaissance Man, and we're going to see it tonight. The focus is also Rakim's new record. Oh man, the song itself is so fire. It's so fire. But the video was so mid, it hurt my feelings. Raj shouldn't have like the video was so mid, and I gotta tell you, there's this thing when you work with rappers from a certain era, this level of stubbornness when it comes to adjusting or not adjusting or lack of adjustment. Um, Watching that video, I had flashbacks of dealing with artists who did their thing in the 90s, who like really popped in the 90s and who have never really this isn't a talent thing. This has nothing to do with how dope they are. But there's like a level of stubbornness when it comes to there's a level of stubbornness when it comes to making adjustments moving forward. And as I'm watching the video, it kind of reminded me of that. I can see some people trying to do their 1-2 visual wise and being overruled. Nah, we not or the video was just it's just a bad it's just lazy like somebody I wish I would have gotten the call when that happened. I 100% could have recommended at least two or three video directors who are really, really good at what they're doing. That song deserved a better video. And that I hate that. I hate that Rakim, that had to happen to Rakim. I hate that. But I gotta watch because I gotta support because I want to see Rob. You know, I always want to see Rakim do well. 18 Hour, the video came out yesterday. It's called A Different Kind. It's all you can find it on his channel. It's the song is not an issue. The lyrics, the verses, not an issue. But this is one of those times where I kind of wish somebody had called me. Sugar, I hear you. It can't be a rough cut when it literally says official music video. If it is a rough cut, somebody did wrong. You're not supposed to release a rough cut. The public should never see that. Yeah, no, I wish somebody had called me when that happened. Um, hey Mac, do you know anybody? Yes I do. Yes I do. Here, call him, do right by him. The budget won't be super crazy. It's not free, but the budget won't be crazy. And this dude or woman, depending on who it is, my folks will do an excellent job and make sure that this video is what you want it to be. If it was rushed, sugar, if it was rushed, then it still shouldn't be released. You can't run this that. I was about to say it's a new artist prerogative to be in a hurry. This artificial sense of urgency is a new artist prerogative. But as I was about to say that, I realized I was lying. All artists, it feels like all creatives suffer from an artificial sense of urgency. It's like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, put it out, put it out, put it out. It's old, it's old, it's old. I don't want it to get old. It's gonna get old. It's gonna get old. Like not understanding that it's only old to you. You're the only person who's heard it a million times. It's old to you. But there's this, and it tends that the artificial sense of urgency creates this need to hit the gas, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out before it's worth being seen. I've dealt with now that I'm thinking about it, every artist that I've dealt with at every level suffers from that one time or another. Yo, Pete. There's a reason why being an A&R gives you gray hair prematurely. Well, you know what? Let me say this. I've had gray hair since I was 11. Being an A&R, being a journalist, and being a writer and working on deadlines and working with hip hop artists definitely didn't help. That 100% did not help. Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't help. It didn't help. I can't blame being an A&R for my premature gray, but because that's just genetics. But it didn't help. I'm sure. I'm sure this slow march across my chin that's happening. I'm sure that the gas was hit by a ton of the situations I find myself in dealing with artists. Salute to Angola. Welcome back to the room. I'm telling you, the mechanics is worldwide. Salute. Thank you for pulling up, bro. Hopefully you subscribe, become a mechanic. Come on over here and come fuck with us and represent Angola in the chat. Shout out to Angola. Oh yes, I saw that. I saw that. Renaissance Man, Inspector Deck just dropped his new single, "Day in the Life," last night from his upcoming album, Dragon's Breath. Love seeing our legend still active and putting in work. I saw that. I saw that. I have to go over there and listen. Push button producer, what up? We talking about the fact that the OGs are out here catching bodies with gray hair, and I am counting myself in that mix. That just include me in that line of conversation when you start talking about the OGs with the gray hair just murdering things. I would like to also be counted as one standing in that line. That's 100%. I'm here to represent silver foxes and gray ghosts just up here, uh, uh, getting busy. That's what we're gonna do. Rambling to myself. I bet it's a wild Bustin' Rhymes story floating in your head that relates to the point. Um, you know what? It's not. It's again. It's everyone. It's all artists. I'm telling you. I've yet to come across an artist who did not experience that. Dead ass. And it'll make them, now Bus is meticulous. Bus is meticulous. Very like almost to the point of nitpicky. And he'll take his time with certain things, but like I've also seen him like, yo, this gotta go out now. And it's like, then you have a conversation with him and you find out that it's the music that he wants to put out is it's being coordinated with some other business move that he has planned, and the whole thing is like there's like a schedule behind it that you just didn't know. That's with him. That's the story I have in my head about him ended up being that kind of situation where I don't know everything. My focus is the music. When I work with Bus, I'm strictly focused on the music. I don't ask him about anything else. I don't care about anything. I care, but I wish the best. I want him to do well. But I got to tell you, unless he asks my opinion on whatever it is, I butt out of the business calls, the business moves, etc., etc. I only care about the music. Beats to the rhymes are all I care about as the producer. I don't involve myself in anything else happening on the day-to-day business. And Bus does a lot of day-to-day business. So I'll never know until he tells me that this release is being coordinated with this thing over here and that thing on the horizon. And he's got like the whole year plotted out in his head how it's gonna move and how it's gonna, shake down. And then once he gets his hands on it, he's super, wait, hold on, what's this? Fix that, edge this, move that over, get this together, move that, do this, and he starts picking it apart and going for stuff that I don't hear. However, yeah, there I've never experienced an artist who did not have that. It got to come out now. It got to come out now. It got to come out now, and they just rush past. They sacrifice quality in order to or it's just bad timing. I think 38 showed amazing restraint. If the plan was for him to do his 1-2 at Summer Jam, if that's what he had in mind, to if that was always the case, Summer Jam is coming up, I'm gonna do it then. I think his restraint was that he had the patience of Job, because I know how that ants in your pants feeling that artists get to jump out the window and just do it now, especially when we start talking about competitive rap. Especially when we start talking about competitive. Oh, somebody just sent a dollar in the Cash App. Salute to you. I missed the name. It popped up and left before I could. Whoever just sent that Cash App, salute to you. Thank you so much. Push. What up? Thank you, bro. But salute. Wait. Jeremy Parker. Thank you for that. Thank everybody for supporting the channel. Just so you know, any money generated from this channel gets put back into this channel. I have a goal that I'm trying to reach where I'm getting all new equipment, revamping the whole nine. Everything's about to be sparkly brand, shiny new, with receipts. Oh, so you didn't? Okay, my bad. Everything's about to be sparkly new. So just understand, my goal is almost there. Last time I checked, I was at like 500, I think. It started at 1,500. It got knocked down to 4, and then out of nowhere, I think we were in like 3 digits, like 5 something. I gotta go look. I gotta find my book. My book's around here somewhere. I just gotta find my book. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I went back and listened to Nas. It was written in Ain't No Album in New York history. Fucking with that album song for song. Maybe Ready to Die or Get Rich or Die Trying. Ain't it dope when you can go back and listen to something and realize it was doper than what you thought it was when you first listened to it? I gotta tell you that's one of the things that I think is special about hip hop. 38 is also dropping a video at midnight. Okay, the man's got plans. Sounds like this was clout chasing move. Him doing Summer Jam was planned in advance. Dwayne Molden, I'm gonna stop you there. It's not clout chasing if it's taking advantage of the situation. He couldn't know that Jada was gonna react the way he would have. What if Jada would have just did the song? Then he'd have a brand new record with Jada Kiss to perform at Summer Jam. Like, it's not clout. It's not necessarily clout chasing as much as it is taking advantage. Maybe it's me. My definition of clout chasing is doing something specifically to get a negative reaction. I've always looked at clout. If you're trying to do it for a positive reaction, it just kind of feels like more like strategy as opposed to chasing clout. 38 is 38. 38 is who he is, before, during, and after. We'll see how this shakes out for him in the end. But he didn't plan the release of his latest project around all this nonsense. 8 Shots was already out. 8 Shots was already out. So if this was real clout chasing, he'd have had that album ready to drop and promote with Jadakiss diss on it. This is the competitive aspect of hip hop done properly. Yeah, executive, I agree. I think this is, it's when we say chess, not checkers, that's what this looks like to me. Oh, we playing a game? Okay, well, let's play a game. And it just so happens that 38 has some moves that he can make to take full advantage of this situation as he should. As he should. We're not talking about people. I think another part of the problem is we don't look at this. We don't look at this from the aspect of from the point of view of an artist who has a limited budget when it comes to marketing his music, going up against artists who have literal machines on deck marketing their music, machines and marketers, actual people who, marketing is their actual job. We have people there, that's who they're up against. Me, when it's my turn, I got y'all. I don't have a machine. I got y'all. I got people, grassroots versus the machine. And when you grassroots, you got to take advantage of everything that every little, notch in the belt you can get, every advantage you can have. You got to take advantage of it. You can't waste the opportunity. Shout out to Push Button Producer, $2 super chat for the culture. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is a game he's not going to win. He picked the wrong guy. Tech Ref, I feel that. But pick the wrong guy. I don't think it started off as a beef. That to me that sounds like, he was beefing. I don't think he picked the wrong guy so much as he was trying to invite a guy who told him he had the better verse on the track to come get down and do an actual record with just him. And it went left after that. But I have to take this from what I believe the original intentions were. I know it sounds like I shoot 38 a lot of bail, but it's because in certain aspects, I could see myself doing the same thing. I could see myself making the same move. Like if these are my options, if these are the options in front of me, I play this out almost the same way 38 did, with the exception of the Bag Fuel interview. I think I would have been able to hold my composure a little better than he did in the face of what he felt was mockery. But that's only when it pertains to Joe and Jada. Excuse me. I can't tell you that Khaled wouldn't have got that shot. I definitely can't tell you that Jim Jones wouldn't have got that shot. Like if I'm 38, I'm probably going in like that. At Jim, bro, I ain't even talking to you. Like, get out of here. I ain't even talking to you, bro. Like, I'm talking to him. Mind your business. Even though they asked Jim the question, Jim didn't exactly volunteer his opinion on 38 just out of the blue, which again, I would have been a little more composed. I would like to think I'd be a little more composed in that situation than 38 was. But there's so much of what's happening right now that I can understand why 38 is moving the way he is and why he's saying the things he's saying. Because in a lot of respects, I got to be honest. A lot of these moves are things that I would probably do. Dead ass. This is another Beanie Siegel versus Jadakiss. Elf from the BX. I completely disagree. I 100% disagree. This is closer to Cannabis versus LL than it is Jada versus Beans. Jada and Beans were equally yoked on almost every level when they started beefing. Reputation-wise, status-wise, the backing they had behind them, the years that the time that they had put in the game. Of course, the Locks were more well known in New York, but Jada was Beans was just as well known in Philly. So I gotta tell you, I don't see 38 versus Jada being anywhere near Jada versus Beans. For me, that's a head scratcher. That's not the same thing. They're not on the same level. For me, again, this is closer to Cannabis versus LL. For me, I didn't think 38 was a rant type of guy where he took shots at innocent bystanders. Nobody was innocent. None of them bystanders were innocent. Nobody's Renaissance man. That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. He says, Kiss was chilling, minding his business, doing the Knicks parade, doing his two pods, bothering no one. And Spesh jumps out the window, going on a pod tour, crying because Kiss didn't give him a verse. Not exactly, bro. That's a very generous slant in Jada's direction because it didn't start off with him crying because no one gave him a verse. That you got to be honest. That's not an honest assessment of how it went down. Jada is just a better rapper, bar for bar. Then come on, hop on the track and let's see. Because Jada, I keep saying this. I always have to keep going back to this. Jada is the one who said Spesh had the better verse on a song with him and Benny the Butcher. It was Benny featuring, if I'm not mistaken, featuring Jada Kiss and 38 Spesh. And Jada's the one who said Spesh had the better verse. So come on and get on the track and let the people decide. This all could have been over with just doing a song. Oderick Smith, if you don't know who 38 is, yeah, look it up, bro. Like, who is 38? 38 Special. Look him up. Like, listen to, look him up. No, what if he think his style suck? Too late for that. It's too late for you can't all these what ifs. It's too late for that. He said he had the better verse. It's too late for that kind of talk. All that kind of talk is out the window. You gotta stop trying to go back to that's y'all going backwards trying to turn it into something it's not. Nuts so that's too late for that. He said he had the better verse. It's over for that excuse. You can't use that as a reason. Yes, it is. Once I tell you you had the better verse on a song that I was on, for me to turn around and say your style sucks makes absolutely no sense. Either I was lying then or I'm lying now. And we know Jadakiss to be a lot of things. A liar is not one of them. That doesn't make any sense. You have to let that go. We're here now. That's it. Like, that does not make sense to what if he thinks this? He probably don't like, bro, you said his verse was better. He did a song with Benny, 38 Special was added. And he said 38 had the best verse, not Benny. Bro, not himself, not Benny. 38. You gotta let Nutso, you gotta let this go. Like, dead ass. This is a moot point. It doesn't matter how the song even happened. You got to let that go, bro. Like, I'm sounding excitable because I'm having these debates all the time, and everybody wants to take a few steps backwards and hit me with the what ifs. So that doesn't mean he gotta like him. He said he had the better verse. He never said he disliked him. So why are we so quick to, lean into that narrative that's never been said versus the other narrative that has kind of been insinuated? Like, bro, you gotta stop. That's a dead end. That's a dead end you're going down. That's a dead end. There's nothing at the end of that. These are the talks I'm having, like, back and forth with heads on these group chats. Everybody wants to make an excuse, like, it wants to give Jada reasons, and he doesn't need reasons. If he does not like him, why does he have to? Christ on a cracker. Nobody said he had to do the record. But 38 is allowed to feel how he feels about Jada not doing the record. And he's allowed to playfully jab at Jada and say, I think he's ducking me. He's allowed to. Like, y'all gotta chill. He said he had to do the song, but you can't say that he didn't. He can't say he was asking for it for free. It wasn't a favor. 38 said that he offered him bread, and whether they negotiated or not, there was no. Jada never said that that didn't happen. Now Jada comes out and says he never offered me a fucking dime. Now we have a dispute, but it can't be that. It can't be that he thinks he's whack. He said he had the better verse. It can't be that he thinks he's whack. I wouldn't say he ducking considering Kiss. No, I don't think Kiss is ducking either. That's the other part. I don't think Kiss is ducking. I don't even think 38 really thinks he's ducking. I think 38 threw those little, threw that little talk at him to try to get him to come on down. And I think it was playful. I think it was cool. They got videos with them in it together. I think it was cool. I think they would, a little witty banter, a little witty banter. It was like a little playful jab. But I also think that that's what Jada's doing. But his banter, his witty jabs hold a little more weight because of who he is. It lands a little harder. He's a little more heavy-handed. Not heavy-handed, but his impact is greater than 38. So when he says something, it lands heavier. But I definitely don't think Jada's avoiding him. I've told y'all, Jada has a reputation. Go Google Fat Joe talking about getting Jada Kiss on a record. Go Google it. Jada is notorious in the business. He's known to be difficult to nail down for a feature. I don't think it was a 38 thing. I don't think he was doing that because it was 38. I think Jada was being Jada. And this is kind of like a known thing. So if you take that into account, I don't think Jada was doing anything outside of being who he's always been to everybody else. Is another one of those situations where I wish somebody would have called me. I would have told 38, bro, it's not what that's kind of what he does. He's not doing that because it's you. He's doing that because it's him. That's who he is. That's what he does. I watched the Bagfield interview twice. I saw a man that was extremely emotional. His voice was cracking. He was acting out of character. He was legit upset and hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would think that in that situation, and that's in my opinion, that's the key time, the cornerstone, the crux of when it went left. In my opinion, that's when it went left. When that interview, I think before that we were on a different wavelength, but I think after that, Spesh decided he was going to get some things off his chest. Felt like he was being clowned on a major platform, and I think he reacted to it wrong. I don't think he reacted wrong. May be the wrong word. Wrong may be the wrong word. But I think maybe he felt he was being picked on, and he decided this was a moment he was going to stand up for himself. Now, the question is, was he actually being picked on? And I don't think he was. But you can't tell people how to react to what you say to them. That's not a thing. That's not a thing you can do. You can't tell people how to react. When you say something about them, how they react is how they react. It's not up to you. Jada ain't ducking nothing. It's youngest from D Block that Spesh need to battle first before seeking royalty. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. Because this isn't a battle. He's not asking to battle Jadakiss. He doesn't have smoke for Jadakiss. He called him out, which is different from a battle. A battle and a call out are not the same thing. This is not beef. This is not Rick Ross versus 50 Cent or T.I. versus 50 Cent or Jada versus 50 Cent or Ja Rule versus 50 Cent. This is not beef. This is a call out. This is a square dance. This is let's see who's better on the mic. This is a call out. You said that I had the better verse. I invite you to pull up and prove it. One way or the other. Either prove yourself, prove me right, prove you wrong, whatever it's going to be. Prove it. Let's rap again. That's not beef. And I think too many casual observers, not y'all specifically, but I think too many a challenge more or less, which is different than a beef. A beef is a fight. A beef is beef. We are fighting. Chamber Hilton, what up? Chamber Hilton, what up? Salute to you. Battling a call out, the same. Beef is totally different. I because if I'm not going at you on the track, then we're not battling. But if my goal is to have the better verse than you, that's the call out. And I believe what Spesh did was call him out. And I think it started to warp from what the initial meaning was. Now, I could be wrong. I could talk to 38. He could tell me his intentions and it'd be way more aligned with what y'all are saying. I could be 100% wrong. I am not pretending to be a mind reader. I'm speaking for me. Excuse me, and I'm speaking for I'm speaking as a hip hop head in general. You called it beef, I called it a battle, because every rapper with a verse is you called it a beef, I called it battle, because as a rapper, every verse is a battle. What you want? No, no. And this is why words mean things. This is why the definition of things need to be clear so we don't get it misconstrued. Because too many people take battle as beef. And this is why these things need to be categorized and put where they are. You called it beef. I'm saying people are calling it beef. What I've called it from the beginning is a call out. That's what it's always been to me. They're not beefing. It's starting to turn into that. Nutso, this is not a disclaimer. This is you. You have to keep up with what I'm saying. I don't want to sound like I'm insulting you. I don't do disclaimers. This is me clarifying. So let's Book Zombie, what up? This is me trying to get clarity here. What started off as a call out, in my opinion, what started off as a call out, which was all it was, is now devolving into beef. It's beef when you start taking personal shots. It's a battle when you start taking those kind of shots, and it's beef when it looks like it's going to spill, there's potential that it could spill over wax. It could go off wax and turn into something else. And talking about battling Jada's youngins, no, he doesn't have to do that, because he didn't walk into this looking to battle Jadakiss. He walked into this calling out Jada. So I don't believe he needs to try and battle anybody at all. Now, the issue with him and Jimmy is a completely separate. We know what sparked the issue from him and Jimmy, but it's a completely different. This is now off on its own thing. It's its own tangent. It's the way he's talking about. It's a simple cipher. People calling it a beef. I'm much more aligned with that. Much more aligned with that. I've called out rappers before. I've done that. It wasn't on wax. It wasn't to this capacity in front of this many eyes. Absolutely not. But I've invited rappers who told me that I couldn't rap to pull up. You mentioned me, so let's go ahead and hop on the track and let's see how that works out for you. I can't rap. Let's see how that works out for you. And when I run a solid circle around you, just remember, this happened because you asked me to. But bro, we gonna laugh and joke through the whole thing. We gonna crack jokes the whole time. The whole time. It's nothing but humor. Like, when the song is over and you looking at me as they're playing my verse and people are oohing and ahhing, they're playing yours and people are just oohing. Now you looking at me and I'm going, yeah, I told you this was going to happen. And we going to laugh about it. We going to crack jokes about it. And you know what's going to happen? That same dude who I sunned on that track is going to get me on another track and he's going to do his best to take my head off. And I'm going to notice that, and then I'm going to pull back around on another track, and I'm going to do my best to take his head off. We call that steel sharpening steel, iron sharpening iron. Everybody gets sharper because you keep competing with each other. Period. My father called it competition without malice. That's the definition of a call out for me. Competition without malice. There's no malicious intent. You start talking about battling, the intent gets a little malicious because it doesn't necessarily become, it's half who's better and half you're worse. Whereas when I'm calling you out, I'm just showing you that I'm better. It's not even a matter of you sucking. It's a matter of me just being better than somebody else who's pretty good. I'm pretty good. So you're great and I'm great. Let's go see who's the greatest. Let's go see who's greater. God's the greatest, but let's go see who's greater. But when we battling, it's like I need to show the whole. I spend more time showing people why you suck than why I'm great. And when we beef, there's a malicious intent. All my intent is like what Rick Ross and Fat and 50 are doing. That's beefing. What Ti and 50 got going, that turned into beef. You start talking about family. You start talking about people's children, people's mothers. All right, now we going someplace different. Now we're beefing. It's getting personal. Now we're beefing. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you think that was a bot? Oh, okay. Because I didn't understand why you would, sugar. I didn't know why that was. It didn't look that bad to me. We are talking about Ti in here too. But hey, but get out of here. Get away from my watch. You and B74. Like, you want my watch? She wants my hoodies. Y'all want to get out of here? He was trying to elevate his brand. I understand that. Well, you're. He can't tell who's a bot, bro. Frankie, sit down. It's not. And your t-shirts. That's hilarious. It's not about okay, Frankie, just who no wait, let me make sure I got the right person. Tech. Here's the thing. Every artist who's a professional in this business should be trying to elevate their brand. You're supposed to take advantage of any and all situations that cross your path that don't compromise your dignity, your morals, or your principles. If a situation pulls up that doesn't compromise one or your art, if it doesn't compromise any of those, which all kind of go together, if it doesn't compromise any of those things, you should take full advantage of said situation. And I don't like that we demonize artists, especially independent artists, who are playing in a much bigger field with the big boys when they do things to further their brand and elevate their name, right? I don't like that we look down on them for that we call it clout chasing. Because newsflash, there's no artist who you've ever met that did not have to take advantage of whatever situation it was and elevate their brand. Nas on Live at the Barbecue needed to go in as crazy as he could to sun everybody else on that track in order to raise his. Now, he did it strictly through talent. But we not in the early 90s anymore. Social media is a thing. Artists have to make adjustments. Unfortunately, talent keeps you in the room, but it's not always enough to get you in the door. Unfortunately, that's effed up. That's effed up. It's why we got so many people walking in the door and getting thrown right f out, revolving door status, because they use shenanigans to get in the room and then they don't have the talent to stay in there. Talent should be enough to get you escorted into the room. Nas did exactly what he needed to do. He went as hard as he could, sunned everybody on that record, to bring attention to his name. As a result, he is the proud owner of one of the first super producer albums, the first super producer album in hip hop, where all the major producers of his time got together to contribute to his debut album. Sounds amazing now, but back it sounds crazy now, and maybe not super impressive. It is, but maybe it don't sound that way. But back then, it was fucking unheard of. We're talking about an era where one guy would produce the entire project. Eric B. and Rakim, DJ Premier and Guru, like Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Q-Tip, of a Tribe Called Quest. Like these guys would produce the whole thing for the most or the majority of the work. They do most of the heavy lifting. Nas got contributions from some of the best producers of his time. He used that to elevate his status. He used that to further bolster his name. And had he not taken advantage of that situation, we'd be looking at him like he was crazy. So I want to get up nutso. Absolutely amazing. Out of their time, we're talking about the cream of the crop. Like we are talking about the head of the snake, upper echelon, elite class level motherfuckers. Pete Rock, Q-Tip, fucking large professor. Are you on crack like in the same room? These dudes in the same room. Premier, like in the same space, all contributing to one guy? That was unheard of. Nas was supposed to tell her, hey, y'all look. And that's because of how hard he went on the features that he got. He showed out to the point where these people decided they wanted to work with him. So I don't like that we dismiss. We've gotten to a point now where we dismiss people taking advantage of great situations they're in as clout chasing. We'll call it clout chasing. I think clout chasing is something different. I think clout chasing doesn't really take talent, it takes noise. But I don't think you clout chase when this is mostly about talent. And the whole 38 Spesh situation with Jada, it all centers around talent. It centers around who had the better verse, who's going to have the better verse, and let's go ahead and make a song. That's a talent-based fight. That's a talent-based discussion, debate, whatever you want to call it. It's all talent-based. And as a cultural advocate, I can't find anything wrong with a talent-based discussion, debate, disagreement. If it's based in talent, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go get it. Go get it. Let's get busy. Show me who's more talented. Show me. And 38 finds himself in a situation where all eyes are on him based on his talent until the Bag Fuel interview, and now it's evolved into something else. But I can't get past the fact that this whole thing started as a talent-based debate on who had the better verse. And I don't think that's clout chasing. I think that's, hey, bro, come on. And bear in mind, they asked him that. They like the discussion came up. It's not like he was out here telling everybody on X or he was posting about it. They asked him about it. The conversation came up. And he had the discussion. Bro, I tried to pay. I was offering money. It's not off the strength or the arm. I think he's ducking. And then it just went someplace else. And I concede that the people who do not like 38 or are not feeling 38's moves are justified in feeling that way. I concede that. I'm not telling none of y'all that y'all are wrong for how you feel about what was said about one of the GOATs, about a guy who's on a Mount Rushmore when it comes to New York hip hop. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I used to have rappers that I felt that way about. Dead ass. I used to have MCs that I felt that way about. And then I started working with them I started, being, I was in this business, and I started working behind the scenes and working with people, and watching how other people worked, and I'm writing stories on them and left, right, and center. And I started seeing some things like, okay. I started realizing that a lot of those criticisms are justified. So I don't cape for anyone hard body karate like that. But if this is about talent, Kevin Crew, 38 is in over his head. Then let him rap. Let him rap. Let him rap his way out of it. Let him rap his way out of it. Someone who desperately seeks fame, attention on social media, influence by attaching themselves to popular people, viral trends, or fake drama. Let's break that down. Let's really analyze this with that. Someone who desperately seeks fame. Okay, first of all, I don't think he's desperate. I think he's desperate. I think he was desperate for the record. I think he was desperate to get the song done. But I also think the conversation, I don't think he, I'll go back and watch the Backfield interview again. I don't think he brought it up to tell every, yo, this nigga 38, this nigga Jadakiss, like, desperately. He technically already has fame. Bro, when he has Jim Jones opening for him, desperately seeks fame or social media influence by attaching themselves to popular people, viral trends, or fake drama. It's not a. I just don't. Yeah, he has fame, not like Jada, but most people don't have fame like Jadakiss has. Jadakiss doesn't even really have fame. Y'all are gonna love this. Jadakiss does not have more fame than he has respect. Jadakiss's respect is untouched, unblemished. You can't hold anything to Jada's respect. He's known. He's known. I've seen fame, and I'm not saying he's not famous. I'm not saying he's not famous. What I'm saying is he doesn't have more fame than he has respect. Jada is one of the most respected artists of his period. I don't think you find an artist who's got more respect than Jada's respect rivals the greatest that we've ever seen. He is as respected as a Hove, as a Nas, as a Biggie. In the circles where it really matters, amongst the heads, Jada's respect. Jada and this entire debacle, what this thing has cooked down to, is because of the respect level that Jada has in these circles. How dare you say anything about the dude who we all universally respect? Chill out, bro. That's Jada. We can't even entertain that kind of talk. That's Jada. And that's what Tech. That's why a lot of people have you Tech. What makes you think I don't know where you're coming from? I keep conceding. I get it. I get it. I get it. The respect level for Jada is so high that even the hint of a question to his integrity, to his status amongst the heads, is blasphemy. That's how respected that man is. Fame ain't it. It's not fame. People ain't chasing Jadakiss through the mall. But the heads are running up on him to take a picture. He's respected in the circles that matters, and in those circles, he is untouchable. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. He is unquestioned, rightfully so, beyond reproach. Jadakiss's respect is not to ever be questioned. I completely get it. Beyond reproach, Jadakiss, yes, he is. That's it. Not so. This is where I disagree with you. When Jadakiss, somebody of that level of respect, tells you that you have the better verse, that opens up the door for the debate. The God said it. He said it. 38 ain't say it. He said it. The God said it. So now we talking about it. And there's no disrespect in talking about it when the God said it. That's all I want you to understand. The God told everyone 38 had the better verse on a record. So now we're talking about it. That's not disrespectful. That's just a debate based on facts from the God. Jada's modest. Don't use the word humble. We taking the word humble out of our vocabulary from here on out. Kevin Care. Am I saying your name right? Kevin Care, 3627. We're not using the word humble no more. I want you to go home and look that word up in the dictionary. You'll understand why you shouldn't use it towards anybody anymore. Modest is different, but we're not using the word humble. Fuck humble. Fuck humble. Why are we giving this dude so much leeway? Because Jada said he had the better verse. You cannot escape that. It's not leeway, it's just a question. Jada said it. You're literally calling Jada a liar. Jada said it. If I told you this dude was such and such, this, that, and the third, that qualifies all the talk that comes behind it. Y'all know me as a journalist. You know me as a whatever. If you knew me strictly as a journalist and you saw the amount of writing that I've done, and I told you, Kendrick says humble all the time. Chill. Yeah, fuck that. I don't care who else says it. Maybe he didn't look at the dictionary, and maybe he's insulting the shit out of you by telling you to stay humble. The fuck do I care who else says it? I'm telling you how I feel. Like, I don't give a fuck. Kendrick don't qualify that word for me. He doesn't make, or maybe he's shitting on you and you don't know because you think humble is okay. You think it's okay for somebody to tell you to be humble. Maybe you should go look that word up and see what he's actually telling you to do. If Kendrick was walking around telling you to eat shit, you'd understand it was an insult. But because you don't look that word up and don't understand exactly what it is to be humbled and be humble, you think it's just cool to say. Not me. Salute Kevin, but I don't give a fuck. That Kendrick tell me to eat boo boos and I'm eating. Okay, yeah, no, bro. Me and you two different kind of people. Me and you two different kind of people. He tells me to eat shit. I'm gonna tell him to eat a dick. Like we two different kind of people. That that's not how I rock. Like I mean, no disrespect, no judgment, but yeah, not me, not me at all, at all. Thank you, Big Sugar, coming through in the clutch with the definition. Thank you for coming through in the clutch with the definition. Thank you. And as I finish my water, we will finish this debate. We have been on for 78 minutes, and I'm going to let you guys get on with the rest of your evening. I love going live with y'all. I love these debates. Make sure you pull up tomorrow because whatever happens at Summer Jam, we talking about in here tomorrow. My God, we talking about it in here tomorrow. Just understand that. Like, we are discussing this tomorrow. In synopsis, Rick Ross and T.I., that song Mahogany Caskets is fire. T.I. burnt that bitch down. I'm gonna go check out I'm definitely gonna go check out Rick Ross's album. I'm gonna check out T.I. album. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this Inspector Deck album. Oh God. Shout out to Rakim with the new single. I was so disappointed in the video, but the song is fire. But the visuals were not it for me. Disappointed. And 38, Jada, the saga continues. Let's just see what happens. But all's fair in this. I'm not mad at nothing I'm seeing. But I do want to see where it ends. Everybody in this thing be cool. Pull up, pull up. We'll keep the debate going because we do this in love and fellowship on some hip hop stuff. It's nothing but love and respect in this room. I love it when we get conflicting opinions. Let's keep talking about it. Let's keep going. As long as we discussing hip hop, we talking the culture. I'm here for that. I can do this every day, all day with y'all. Pull up, tell a friend to tell a friend. I want to blow this channel up and get to my next benchmark is 10,000 subscribers. Yes, sugar. I'll be here tomorrow. Let's discuss whatever happens tonight. Cool? Cool. In the meantime, in between time, hit the likes, hit the hypes, hit the subs. That's the fastest way to show your boy love. I'd like to thank y'all all for pulling up to the garage, home to the worldwide mechanic. Shout out to Angola who pulled up today. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to everybody from everywhere. Thank y'all for pulling up and having this hip hop talk with me. All proceeds from this channel go back into this channel. So never stress. I ain't buying no jewelry. I'm buying a better audience. I'm buying a better setup for my people, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, let's get this car off the racks where we at. Hang up your coveralls. Hang up your tool belt. God willing, I will see y'all tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Let's have this hip hop discussion once again. And yeah, man, everybody be safe. The garage is now officially closed for the evening. Y'all be good.